You're welcome to our program today. It's Talking Points, and I am Imelda Emeka. In the program today, we have a group that is passionate about preventing the high incidence of cancers among young women in particular. We all know that cancer is a debilitating disease, and if one is diagnosed early enough, there is hope that the challenge will be arrested. But once the presentation is done late, I'm afraid the results may not be pleasing to either the patient or the caregivers. This is why a foundation, Onyebụchi Christy Fedora, OCI Foundation, is passionate about preventing this debilitating ailment among our women. And they have a workshop that they are planning in Anambra State, which will be flagged off on the 10th of September 2019. That is Tuesday next week. It is for this reason that some members of that foundation, talking about the OCI Foundation, has come, to tell Anambra about this health promotion campaign that they are engaging in, how they want to do it, and who will be benefiting from the upcoming event. I'd like you to join me in welcoming the champion of OCI Foundation, Dr. Mrs. Chioma Ezenyimulu. Doc, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Let me also remind you that Dr. Mrs. Chioma Ezenyimulu is the Executive Secretary of the Anambra State Primary Health Care Agency. She's here. She's a champion of this project. We also have Barrister Onyecchi Ononye. He's a legal practitioner and the legal advisor of OCI Foundation. Barrister, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you so very much.
Right, I am Imelda Emeka, and I welcome you to the program today. Let's begin the discussion by asking Barrister Onyecchi Ononye to educate our viewer on what this OCI Foundation does and why they are interested in educating people about breast and cervical cancers.
Thank you so very much. Onyebụchi Christy Fedora Foundation is a non-governmental organization. We established this foundation some couple of years ago. We started by aiding some individuals who cannot go to school, some individuals who cannot afford secondary school certificate examination and junior WAEC as well. So we started encouraging them by giving them a scholarship for them to do that. Then at a point, we realized that we can do more. When we realized that, we looked at this area of cervical cancer and breast cancer, the way the disease is getting worse in the society. We now organize seminars to educate young people, especially at the secondary school level, on how to check themselves in that regards, especially to examine themselves with regards to this breast cancer. And then after that, we realized that we need to do more. And then we started looking at how to get this information across board. We started with Anambra State. We now met with the government officials, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, and we looked at the ways to get this information down to the grassroots. Thereafter, we now talked about getting this into the school curriculum of the secondary school in Anambra State, so that if young girls at that level can be taught on how to check themselves with respect to this cervical cancer and breast cancer, that it will go a long way to bring this down to the grassroots. And successfully, the government of Anambra State approved that, and we are now going to have this done after the campaign that we are going to flag off in Oka at Anambra State University main auditorium on the 10th of September 2019.
All right, thank you so much, Barrister Onyecchi Ononye. Quite a beautiful story. The beginning was good, and it is expected that where you are heading to will be so interesting and beneficial to humanity. The OCI Foundation started with educational empowerment, and from there it progressed to healthcare education promotion, which informed the ArOY Youth campaign that is now upcoming. So, Dr. Mrs. Chioma Ezenyimulu, you're a medical practitioner and a champion to this foundation. So, we'd like to understand the interest of OCI Foundation in this healthcare, particularly with reference to breast and cervical cancers. Do we have a high prevalence of this ailment in our society today or not?
Thank you very much. And I must start by commending the president of OCI Foundation, Dr. Chris Ifediora, for this wonderful innovation. Like you have heard, he started with the seminars for the secondary school students, but now he has taken it a step higher with the ArOY Youth campaign. For this campaign, we are targeting all students from the JS level. That is why we are going to, train the civic teachers to make sure that breast and cervical cancer prevention is taught in school as a subject. Breast cancer is largely preventable. The same with cervical cancer, because it usually starts as a lump. So if the girl child is taught how to examine her breasts regularly, we say once a month, if the girl can examine her breast, she will always pick up any changes in the breast. Breast cancer usually starts as a lump. So the breast self technique is a way that girls can check their breasts every month to make sure they can detect any changes in the breast. The same with cervical cancer. This cancer is sexually transmitted. It is caused by the human papilloma virus. So we also want to teach them the etiology of the disease and how it is transmitted so that they can also prevent. So this is for both boys and girls. It takes two to tango, the man and the woman. So we want to make sure everybody is taught about prevention of breast and cervical cancer.
All right. The foundation is targeting the young, both the males and the females. And like you heard from both the medical doctor here with us and the legal advisor of the OCI Foundation, they want a situation where this particular ailment, cancer of any kind, can be prevented. And the doctor said that if the information is shared well enough, it can help them, to do what is supposed to be done on time before it becomes late. And that brings us to the upcoming event, the ArOY Youth Campaign Flag Off, coming up on Tuesday, 10th of September 2019. We'd like to understand who the targets of this flag off event will be. Barrister Ononye, who are we expecting in that flag off?
Well, we are expecting people of Anambra State, the old, the young, men, women, because this involves all of us. And we have made arrangements for to accommodate as many people as possible wherever you are is very important, because this is affecting our children, it's affecting our mothers, it's affecting our wives. So you are not left alone. So if we will be able to get more people in attendance, it will go a long way to bring this, our information, to the grassroots. Everybody will be aware. So me and you, we are involved.
Everybody is involved. Everybody is expected to come around on that day, 10th of September 2019, to be informed. And of course, we know that when we are informed, we will not be deformed. Right, let's now get back to Dr. Ezenyimulu. When and where is this event taking place?
It's going to take place in the auditorium of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Awka. So, like he rightly said, we have eminent personalities who we expected to grace the occasion. We are talking about His Excellency Chief Dr. Willie Obiano, and of course, First Lady Dr. Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, and of course, the Vice Chancellor is going to be in attendance of Nnamdi Azikiwe University. We are having that event in his domain. And of course, we have the commissioners for health and education and other line ministries, eminent personalities, of course, the media, they are all involved. And of course, the Nollywood group, they are also going to be there.
Right, do you also have other partners that are supporting this project? I'd like to know whether you are in this alone or you have some other sponsors, some other partners that are assisting in championing this cause to arm our youths, with knowledgeable and sustainable information that can help them take hold of their health. Barrister.
Yes, I will first of all say that Anambra State government fully involved in this our project. We have Anambra Broadcasting Service as one of our sponsors, and let me use this opportunity to thank the management of Anambra Broadcasting Service for all the support they've given the OCI Foundation in bringing our information to air. Thank you so very much. And also we have some other sponsors from Australia, because Dr. Chris Ifediora is an Australian-based doctor and associate professor. The foundation is also registered in Australia. And then we have some other sponsors who are eminent personalities in Anambra State. Also, the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, also they are our sponsors, and many more other sponsors across board.
Thank you so much. I would like to take a short break here. When we return, we'll talk about other things that we need to know about this upcoming big event in Anambra State. Don't go away. You're welcome back. If you just joined us, the program is Talking Points, coming to you from ABS Channel 24. The group that we have on the show today are members of the OCI Foundation, who are planning a very big event in Awka. This is going to be their flag-off campaign for the Arm Our Youth campaign that the OCI Foundation is championing. When we started, the guests in the house made us to understand that OCI Foundation, whose president and founder is Dr. Chris Ifediora, an associate professor of medicine based in Australia, but he is a Nigerian. So they are interested in making our young people be better informed as regards how they can prevent breast and cervical cancer, apart from their educational package and other programs that this foundation is championing. So this time around, they want a situation where more and more youths will be better informed as regards how they can prevent the a high incidence of breast and cervical cancers that we are experiencing in our society today. So, having said that, let's get back to Dr. Mrs. Chioma Ezenyimulu to please tell us the nature of this flag off campaign, because when something is being flagged off, it means that there is something much more. In fact, a lot of things we follow once we hear something is being flagged off. So, apart from the flag off of tents, what other activities are we expecting?
Okay, so the flag off ceremony is for the 10th, that is a Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, being 11th and 12th, we are going to have the workshop proper. This is for the civic education teachers across the states. They are going to come in, they are going to be giving lectures on breast and cervical cancer. And they are going to be armed with the teaching modules. We are going to have the pamphlets that are going to be distributed, because we want to make sure they understand the lecture. They understand what breast and cervical cancer is all about. That way they'll be able to teach. You understand? And when they teach the students are going to take examinations. That way we also know that the students have understood the lectures. So it's all about teaching and learning.
Okay, from what you just said, it appears that a particular subject teachers has been selected for the workshop. Yes. And you said civic education teachers. Okay, when they are taught, they can get back to the students.
And as you know, civic education is done in the junior secondary, and everybody does it.
Even in the senior secondary.
Even in the senior secondary. That way we reach more students. If you just limit it to the biology teachers, that would only be for the senior secondary, those who have chosen to do sciences. But we want everybody to be involved. And that is why we're involving the civic education. And you are also
involving both the females and the males. Is that right, Dr. Barrister?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct, because it's not only for the women alone, because I understood that men also have breast cancer. So we are also involved. Even at that, our wives also, our children. As men, you can also check your wife's breast once a month for you to certify whether you can see any lump there or whatever. So it's very important that it's being taught at that level, both male and female, for them to know what cervical cancers and breast cancer is all about.
All right.
How to prevent it as well.
Beautiful. Now, for the avoidance of doubt, for someone watching this program, they may be asking, how should we be aware of this breast preventive techniques? What is it about? And thank God we have a doctor in the house. Please, Dr. Ezenyimulu, in brief, how can somebody, check herself? That breast self-examination, is there a way you can just chip it in for the benefit of those
Definitely.
watching?
Breast self-examination is a very simple procedure which every woman should know how to do. You do it on yourself. So what do? When you have undressed, you stay in front of the mirror and look at your breasts. Make sure that they are the same size and they are equal. When you have examined and you make sure there are no changes like the nipple retracting, one nipple shouldn't be going inside. Just your body so that you can spot any change. Then you start the examination, you palpate, and you do it one breast at a time. You use the flat of your finger and you palpate your breast. You go gently. The breast is like an orange. So assuming you are doing it in the quarter, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, you go round and you are feeling for lumps. You feel to make sure there are no lumps. And you also check the armpits. This is for the left breast. You do it again for the other breast. You go clockwise, palpate. And what are you doing? You're feeling for any lumps. And at the end, you squeeze the breast and look if there is anything coming out from the breast. Is it liquid? Is it blood? Is it milk? Whatever. Make sure you squeeze the breast and you also do the armpit.
So
that
good.
is the
So
breast
good to hear that. And finally,
examination.
the cervical cancer. Is there any home truth that you will share with us?
Definitely. Cervical cancer is sexually transmitted. It is caused by the human papilloma virus. So we have to make sure that we abstain from sexual activity for the young girls who are not yet married. And of course, when we are married, we have to do mutual fidelity, because one of the risk factors for cervical cancer is multiple sexual partners. That increases the risk of transmission of the virus. So this is what we should also aim at to reduce the incidence of cervical cancer. And you also know for cervical cancer, we have the vaccination. Like I told you, it is caused by the human papilloma virus. So we also have a vaccine. But this vaccine targets girls before onset of sexual activity. So we target girls from age 9 to about, say, 17, 21. It is also a very important vaccine for girls.
So, Doc, all this information will be shared
Definitely.
in both the flag off and the workshop.
Yes.
That is so good. That is so good. Now, let's just summarize all we've been saying in our language so that we can, get more people to appreciate all we have said. Barrister Onyecchi, biko, na nchịkọta okwu, kedu ndị bụ ndị OCI ya? Kedu ife unu na-akọ maka ArOY Campaign ka ndị Anambra ghọta?
OCI Foundation, dịka ka m kwuru na mbụ, bụ non-governmental organization. Ife anyị bịalụ, especially ilebiti etu ife gbasara ArOY Campaign, bụ ka anyị kụsi ụmụaka anyị ma nwoke ma nwaanyị etufa ga-esi wee na-echekwa arụfa, etufa ga-esi na-enene arụfa, ka fa malụ oge fa ji wee nwebe ife a na-akpọ breast cancer. Maka na ibido n'oge nenebe onwe nwee ike malụ ma onwe ife na-afụ na-arụ ya ka iwe nwee ike gbochie ya. Maka na ịchọpụta ya n'oge ị ga-enwe ike igbochi ya, mana ọ nọtebe aka o nwere ife ị ga-emenwu maka ya. Ọnya ka anyị ji wee sị ka anyị wedata ife a ka ọ gbarata na be anyị, ka o lue grassroots ntị, ka onye ọbụla ma nwoke ma nwaanyị nọ n'ime ya malụ na ife a na-akpọ breast cancer na ọ na-egbuze ntụfere, ka onye ọbụla kwado onwe ya na nke a na-akpọkwu cervical cancer dịka ka dọkịta si wee kwu na ị na-ebute ya n'ife mmekọ nwoke na nwaanyị. Onye mmalụ obido n'oge inenesi onwe ya ijesi anya bụ examination. A nwekwa vaccine dịka dọkịta si gwa anyị, vaccine ọ ga-abịa ịgbakwa inwe ike chakwa arụ gị ka ị ghara ịnweta ya bụ cervical cancer.
Daalụ. N'akụkụ nke Dr. Chioma Ezenyimulu, anyị ga-achọ ka ịchịkọtakwara anyị ihe anyị na-ekwu kemgbe n'asụsụ Igbo. Kedu mbọsị unu ga-eme mmemme ArOY Campaign na kedu ebe unu ga-eme ya, ke ndị unu na-akpọ kasabịa?
Anyị ga-eme mmemme a flag off na Tuesday 10 September na auditorium Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Anyị mechakwa anya na Wednesday na Thursday anyị ga-eme workshop ka e wee kụzielu ndị teacher, ndị civic education ife gbasalụ breast and cervical cancer. Ọ ga-abụ akọwasịalụ fa ha jezie kụzielu nwa anyị nọ na secondary school. Ọnya ka anyị na-ekwu maka OCI Foundation, Dr. Chris Ifediora. Ọ na-ekwu ka akụzielu ụmụaka anyị ka esi egbochi ọya breast and cervical cancer. Ka nwaanyị ọbụla ọnwa niile nene-alịa, onene-alịa ọfụma, onene ma nwere mkpụrụ dị n'ime, maka ọ bụrụ breast cancer ọ ga-ebido na mkpụrụ.
Na nchịkọta, ọ dị ka anyị asị na Ifeọma abatago na Anambra State dịka gọvanọ anyị bụ Chief Obianọ si akpọ oku ka anyị wedata ife anyị malụ, akụ na ụba anyị, amamife anyị, ka anyị were nataba anyị ka ọ baalụ ndị be anyị. Wee bụ na Dr. Chris Ifediora, onye nọ na Australia na-afụ maka arụike, chetalụ na ya ga-agbadata Naijiria wee malite na Anambra State ịkụzili ụmụaka na-eto eto otu ha ga-esi wee chekwaba onwefa, ha wee gbanarị ọya a na-akpọ kansa imefa kachasị nke ala na nke ọnụ akpa nwa. Anyị nọzi na mkpakọlụ ka anyị ọba maka na oge adịghọzi. On that note, we are saying thank you so much for joining us in this program. And we are urging you, our dear viewer, to keep that date, make a date, and join us at the main auditorium of Anambra State University, Awka, for this all-important flag-off event on Tuesday, 9th of September 2019. And the follow-up that is meant only for the teachers of civic education in Anambra State. Barrister Onyecchi, please, this event that is taking off from Anambra, would it become bigger in future?
Yes, of course. After this flag off in Anambra State, we have intentions to take it to entire states in Nigeria at large.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it's going to become a nationwide
It's going to
event.
become a nationwide.
On that note, what would you like to tell our viewers as you take a leave?
My advice to the viewers is for them to take care of themselves, especially when it comes to this cervical cancer and breast cancer that are bringing to your doorstep. Make sure that you check your wife. Make sure that your wife also check the female child you have in the house.
Okay. We should continuously check ourselves. From Dr. Mrs. Chioma Ezenyimulu, your last word.
Yes, every girl should be empowered to do the breast self-examination to prevent breast cancer, and of course the information to avoid cervical cancer, which is sexually transmitted.
All right. Very big thanks to the sponsor of this particular edition of Talking Point, Dr. Chris Ifediora, the president and founder OCI Foundation, for coming into the state with this ArOY Youth campaign. We pray that more of the Anambra will bring home their wealth and their knowledge so that we all will benefit. Thank you for being there for us. Do join us same time, same station next week. Bye for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barrister.
Thank you.